Sup, tank nerds? Lottie here again. Today is a good day and a bad day for a number of different reasons. So, first things first. Good day. You would have noticed that yesterday I did not post a video, and that was for two very good reasons. One, the majority of what we're doing is actually quite boring, mostly just cleaning and more of the same. So you can actually see Peter doing a bit more of it. So yeah, just more of the same boring stuff, but it all needs to be done, and I've already covered it, so yeah. The other reason is I don't believe you're allowed to show people getting murdered on camera, so I couldn't show the interaction at the fan belt shop, because, yeah, maybe I have to go into like WikiLeaks or something to post that. No, we were very civil, despite the level of frustration that we have with these fan belt people. It shouldn't be that hard. Getting fan belts to specification should not be that hard. So yeah, that's the bad. It's fan belt day, so I just spent the morning putting the fan belts on, and I will show you exactly how I did it right now. Okie dokie, let's get into it. So, fan belts are on. These are the new ones. You'll see they are C49s. That is the size that perfectly fits here. Nice and tight, bit of flex in them. You can, and this is entirely dependent on the branding, so I know some people will argue with me, but brands do make a difference. If you are lucky, you can get C50s that are quite a bit shorter than what they should be, and they fit really good on here, and it's all the slack is picked up by the tensioner. Or if you're also really lucky, you get C49s from certain companies that are really loose. So sort of in between 49 and 50 is ideal, if you can get one like that. I believe that the people that we were dealing with realized just how angry we were getting, and they ordered exactly what I wanted, which is C49s. I didn't want to confuse them any further with, could you make them a little bit looser or any of that sort of such. So these are exactly the belts that we wanted, which can also be a bit of a pain in that they are still quite, they're still quite firm. So, it took a little bit of effort to get them on. Normally, if they are a bit looser, you don't have to go through everything that I did, but I'm going to cover it anyway. So, this is our drive pulley. This is our tensioner pulley, and this is the fan belt pulley, which connects directly to the fan, as you can see right here. We'll cover this in a second. Because I can't exactly show everything in here, I have a teaching assistant in the form of the one from the engine that we're working on. So it's still a bit dirty. It's only been blasted. So, as I'm handling this, just imagine we are looking from the top down. You can get a rare opportunity to look behind it. It's just two gears. So the way these work, they're obviously driven by the main engine, which there's another gear that fits in between these, so it sits here. They both drive together. The way, it doesn't actually matter too much, but the way these engines should be set up is these pins should be facing each other. That way, as the engine turns, so this one turns anti-clockwise and this one turns clockwise. So as this one turns this way, this one turns that way. So when this one's on the bottom, this one should be on the bottom. When this one's at the top, etc., etc. We're going to start with them facing towards each other. Okay, first things first. Back over here. If you are lucky and you are removing old fan belts, like we were, don't cut them straight away. Make sure that your tensioner which is this bit here, is pressed all the way down, or on the other side, all the way up. That's for a very special reason. This is, trying to get the best camera angle. This is the ram slash piston for the tensioner. So this is what gives you that motion up and down. It's on an eccentric. So what you do is you make sure that it is compressed all the way, so this is visible, and you get a pair of vice grips and you clamp them right here. Doing so on the bottom is quite difficult unless you're a little gremlin like me. Where are we? There we go. So that's my vice grips down there on the back end. So what that does is it stops the tensioner from popping back up and annoying you and making life difficult. Once you're done with everything, you just simply take the vice grips off and then you're under full tension. So this one is actually still locked in place, but you can see even at its full pullback, it's still interfering quite a bit. That's just how these things are. It's a little annoying. So you've done that. You've removed all of your belts, cut them off, pulled them off, however, which way you want to do it. The next step is to remove all of your bolts, which for some reason I decided to put them all back in. Don't know why. There's 6 bolts apiece. The bolts are probably the easiest part of this entire job, but we'll get to that in a second. What you do want to do as you are removing these, take the washers off. We can put them on later, so just take a spring washer off and leave 1 or 2 of them without their spring washers. We will get to that in a second. Take that one off. And we'll take this one off. Cool. So we have removed all of our bolts. Now, what you can do, take your pulley. One of these is not like the other, and it's not that one. It's this one here. So they're all equidistant, except for this one, and it's actually cut ever so slightly bigger. This fits on our pin, just right there. Now, the purpose of the pin is quite simple. Can't really see it on this one, but they're actually tapered at the top, ever so slightly. And what that allows is an eccentric motion of the pulley. So as I wiggle it back and forth, you can see that you actually get some movement. Ooh, that's gone down too far now. But normally what you can see, that one's a bit better. You can see a bit of the tapering. So what that does is it allows you to pull the pulley up and back. Now, the problem with having really tight belts, and of course now it's super stuck. The problem with having super tight belts is that you can't always just work on the eccentric itself. I'm gonna have to put you guys down. And we're back. Okay, so my problem with really tight belts is that, there we go. Sometimes you can't always fit them on. So what I do is I actually take the whole pulley off and I put it on the side like so. This allows easier access to put the belts on in these channels. One annoying thing with the other pulley on, you can't actually fit the belts on when they are still attached. You actually need to sort of pull them off and do them this way. So once you've done it that way, once you put the pulleys on the the belts on the drive pulley, like so, simply grab a little wedge or tool and just walk them on and just rotate the fan with your hand to turn this around. And you just walk each belt on. It can be difficult, but that is how you should be done. Once you've done that, this side, all done. Don't need to worry about it. We'll be back over onto this side. And here we are. So what you need to do is somehow walk this back over this little bolt here they will always get caught on that because, of course, the pulleys are being pulled. The pulleys are being pulled towards the direction of the fan drive, which means that they always get caught up right here. So what I do, first things first, you should always rotate the engine by grabbing a ratchet. That's the starter motor. Simply put a ratchet on the top there, and you can rotate the engine by hand. Super duper easy. So you always rotate your engine. So these pins, filthy pins, are pointed in whichever direction you feel most comfortable with. I always point them up towards myself. So if I'm working this way, I can get my hand on it like so. That way when this is on, I can feel it with this finger and push it in. That's just how I do it. Not everyone does it that way, but I find it the most comfortable to do it that way. Now, because I'm not super duper strong, I have a lot of trouble getting the pulleys over center. So what I do is I grab an old Toyota car jack, which is this one right here, and I wind it up. So it pushes on here and here, and that pushes the drive pulley onto its pin. Takes quite a bit more finagling than just it works. You need to rotate it, all that sort of jazz. If you have someone else who can actually rotate the engine for you, helps a ton, which is what I got Peter to do. Once you've got it to there, you're 90% done. Okay, next bit. So we're at, where are we? There we go. So we're at this point. Not quite there yet. You need to rotate the engine so both the pins are facing towards each other. What this does is all the belts, should be pulling it towards the fan drive, and this should be opposite it. The reason for that is it will align all the bolt holes for you. What you do then is you take the ones without the washers, insert them in, because this distance is actually too great when it's sitting up on its on the pin. Just put two of them in and just tighten it down evenly, and then go through and grab all of your bolts with the washers, and you will have an assembled fan belt system. So this one is 99% done. I'm actually just going through and replacing all of the spring washers on it, and then I can take the vice grips off and we are done. So yeah, there you have it. Quick, short, not really. It's actually terrible when they're really tight. I'm tired, I'm filthy, I'm hungry. Still got more of the workday to go though. So yes, more to do. But that is how you can fit really tight fan belts on your Centurion at home if you want to. I will not be posting this weekend. Maybe some shorts that I've filmed in the past. But you won't get big videos in the weekend to come. Just, I need time to rest. We will be doing a drive day next week at some point. Hopefully Monday. So when you see me again, we'll be having the old girl outside and we will be driving. Yesterday afternoon, we actually went through the charging system again because we were noticing we weren't getting a full charge out of the donkey. So we had a quick look at that, and that was a quick but annoying job. So this is the oxygen that I'm actually lying on top of. The generator itself is that big red thing there, and the box on the side, we were noticing this wire here, if I can grab it, this one right here. That's your field wire. So it sends 3 volts into the generator to energize it. So you get proper generating. It wasn't doing its job, so we had to pull that out, clean it up, put it back in. And now it's all good. So charging system's good, turret's good, engine is good. We got the fan belts on now, so we're not going to overheat. We're all good to go. So that's going to be Monday. Yeah, I think that's about the long and the short of it. There is more to talk about, but this video's gone on long enough. I will see you guys next week. Hit the like and subscribe. I hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very much. That was very unexpected, so thank you. Hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Ask questions. I will try to answer them as best I can. So, yeah, see you next week.